Welcome to another edition of the Mailbag. This is the summer 2023 Mailbag, and I would do these more often. I just don't get a lot of questions via email. So, up front, if you would like a question answered in a Mailbag video, send it to the email address in the description box below. I will not talk about unapproved apparitions, though, just as a general rule. Whether they are going on and on and on for decades and decades and decades, or have living seers who the church has quietly kind of shunted to the side and done their best to ignore. Whatever it is, I don't cover unapproved apparitions as a general rule. So, with that having been said, I didn't get many questions. I did get a prayer request. This comes from a patron of the channel. They're requesting that we pray for a Marianne Probst. I don't know if I spelled that right. Probst is her last name. She's having a septic condition and could use your prayers. So when you say a rosary today, please include her in your prayers. And do so for the next several days if you can. It would be greatly appreciated. I've received some books in the mail. I received a Dewey Rames Bible some time ago. I would show it on the screen. My office is kind of a mess right now. And it's as we get ready to move hopefully into a new office space, which I will talk about that here in a moment. So it's on a shelf somewhere. Like I said, I've got a lot of books, and Dewey Rames is my favorite translation of the Bible. It's not terribly original to take for a traditionalist like myself. It is the original English language Bible, by the way. Don't let any Protestant tell you otherwise. My favorite Bible, though, for more casual biblical reading is the Knox translation, translated by Monsignor Ronald Knox, who I frequently preview or bring to you Sunday teaching videos from. Another listener who wanted to remain anonymous gave me a set of books from the Imard Library. These are the writings of, get the name of the saint correctly. It's a collection of his works from Saint Peter Julian Imard, founder of the Blessed Sacrament Fathers. These are books on such things as the Eucharist and Christian perfection, Holy Communion, Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, and a basic Eucharistic handbook. These are available. You can buy them online. These are going to be very useful. I suspect I'll be bringing you some of the excerpts from that in the future for Sunday. I wanted to give a storm update also. So if you're new to the channel, you may not be aware, but back in April 19th, 2023, my town was hit by a tornado. It came into town a couple blocks from where I live, actually, which was that was kind of nerve-wracking. No real damage to the house per se. We need a new roof, which isn't that surprising. And our carport was utterly annihilated. We had not heard back from the insurance company until, 2 weeks ago. If you follow me on Facebook, then you know that my family and I are getting kind of hosed, basically. They're giving us the barest minimum they can give us. And that's after we had a second opinion from a different adjuster. So yeah, not much we can do about that. Your generosity last time with when the storm first hit was it's probably gonna be a lifesaver here, but I still don't have the money I need to cover my office build, so I'm gonna have to go to a bank and get a private loan. Now, for those who say that's usury, that is not usury. Usury is charging interest on a non-productive loan. That is not accepting a loan from a bank especially for productive purposes, like, say, a home office to make better quality content like I do, which is how I make my living. I'm not looking forward to that, though. So for those of you who feel compelled to, there's a Buy Me a Link coffee in the description, or Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box below. It is appreciated. That's all I'll say on it. I would do a Give, Send, Go campaign, but there are certain self-described Catholic news outlets who feel it is their duty to police traditional Catholics, and as soon as money becomes involved beyond basically Patreon or anything like that, guess what's going to happen? They're going to write hit pieces on me and try to destroy me. I know, because I've seen it happen many, many times already to other people. And I won't say who it is, but many of you are consumed their content. That's all I'll say. So I'm not going to take the risks on it. I'd rather just get a bank loan and just do it that way if I have to. I'd rather not, but we'll see what happens. The plan is to build that home office was to build a garage with a dedicated office space in the back of it. So, because a garage is much sturdier in near-miss situations of a tornado and in high windstorms like we've had all spring and now into the summer here in Oklahoma, than a carport is. The carport just went gone into the ether. We found pieces of it blocks away. So yeah, that is the main update there. Now, I mentioned in my sort of post-storm videos that there was no Catholic charity in town at all. There turned out to be one, I found out later. Catholic charities did show up. They were just hidden away. They were in one place that I only found out about through word of mouth in my town's Facebook group, which is really distressing if you think about it. Unfortunately, they were there giving out bottled water and helping people with resources. But what I noticed was in town, along one of the main drags where one of the main areas the tornado hit, was Billy Graham's storm relief services. And it got me to thinking, why isn't there a Catholic version of that? Somebody who would have a mobile operation, who could come into a town, work with the local parishes, work with the local diocese, work with the Knights of Columbus and other organizations, and help with storm relief services to the general public, Catholic or not. Somebody that would be very, very, very visible instead of hidden away somewhere. Somebody dedicated to this. And my background is, I'm trained to do, among other things, work in nonprofit organizations. And I mean, I could conceivably start one of these myself, but I wouldn't know exactly how. I don't have the experience for it. So this is a request out there for people with backgrounds in real nonprofit management. This is not a typical, hey, I want to help kind of request. This is a request for people with a background in serious nonprofit management. If you're interested in starting a nonprofit like that, I can't be, I want to help, but I can't be like a public person because my work on YouTube and the crisis in the church would close doors with most dioceses wanting to help, even from semi-friendly bishops. It just would be. But I'd love to help. I would love to help build something like that. Work as one of the directors or something, but not actually be like the CEO or whatever the equivalent to the director of the nonprofit itself. So if you have serious background in nonprofit management and maybe with some background with knowledge on FEMA and storm insurance and that kind of stuff, please send me an email. I'd love to have a conversation with you because this is a serious need, I think, especially in the American heartland, in the South, and really almost any place you can imagine in the United States. So send me an email. I'd love to have a conversation with you and see if this idea that I had that nags at me could go anywhere. But yeah, that's the basic update. Basically for our home restoration, it took 2 months for the insurance to get to us, and the insurance the contractor who's going to repair my roof, because we're still tarped all up here, and build my garage and things, I'm on a wait list. I don't know where I am on that wait list, but they're a Christian company not charging people much money to do it, so they've been very, very busy. But I'm confident that we will get this fixed by the end of summer. So it'll only end up being like 4 months after the event that will be fixed. At least that's my hope. So anyway, I want to thank you, those of you who donated through Buy Me a Coffee before. It is appreciated. You probably will have helped make this so we weren't totally hosed. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions you would like answered in a mailbag video, send me an email. If you sent me something in a mail, like a book or something that I didn't thank you for in this video, please let me know. I will find it and rectify that in the next mailbag video. But till then, please pray for the church. I'm Anthony Stine. Ave Maria.